Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Very good. How are you guys? All right, how are you guys? Hello, guys. Can you hear me? Come on, people. Speak. Tell me something.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really good. Thanks for asking.
All right. Very good. Okay. Very good. So thank you guys for joining the class. All right. Welcome. It's already time to start the class. Today is Wednesday. Yes, today is Wednesday, right? It's the middle of the week. All right. So how are you feeling in this Wednesday? Is your day going okay? Do you feel tired? Do you feel good? How do you feel? Hello. Oh my God, you guys, really?
I'm sorry,
Seriously?
I'm having issues with my, I don't know.
Yeah, same here.
What issue are you having?
My internet connection is very slow.
Very slow.
Is it yours or mine? What do you think?
I think it's mine.
Ah,
Yes,
okay.
me too.
The rest, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes,
Yes,
I can hear
yes,
you
teacher.
well.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Good. Okay, so just give me a moment here. I'm just having problems with this. There it is. Okay, Altagracia, no problem. You can do that. Very good. Okay, so let's begin with today's class. Let's see. Yesterday we started unit number what?
8.
8.
8.
Unit number 8. Okay. And let's see. What was the grammar part, the grammar topic we studied?
past models.
Okay, exactly. Past models, or also they are also known as perfect models. All right, past models or perfect models. Tell me, was that clear for you? What do you say? Was it clear? Was it too complicated? What do you think?
For me, teacher, it's a little bit complicated, and I think we have to practice. In case I have to practice to.
Okay, exactly. We're gonna have to practice. All right, and the rest, do you think it is super complicated, or do you think it's, you know, normal?
I agree with Edwin.
Okay.
In my case, I think it's normal. It's something new. It's something that I didn't know, but it's normal. Mhm.
All right. Very good. All right. So yes, definitely, right, as you were saying, right, it's something new. So something new is always challenging. Something new is always, you know, a little strange for us. But at the end of the day, it's a matter of practice, right? The more you practice, the more used to it you become, right? It stops being new and it starts getting easier and easier, right? So, what are we gonna do? What we're gonna do to start the class today, just as a little introduction, right? We're going to do a little, let me see. Okay, we're going to do a little reading activity, okay? Let me see. All right, so we're gonna start with a little reading activity. This reading is pretty simple. All right, Edwin, no problem, I understand. That's okay. All right, no problem. Okay, this reading is pretty simple, all right? You will see here, give me a second. But it's actually a very good example on how to use past models, all right? All right, so let me share my screen with you. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Perfect. So this is the reading that we're gonna start working with. It's pretty short, as you can see, just one paragraph, the first part. All right. What is the title of the story?
Lost.
Lost. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're going to read this paragraph. It's pretty short, as you can see here, right? We're gonna try to find new words, new expressions, and also you're going to identify the past models being used here. In the part number one, honestly, I believe there's only should have that is being used here. I don't think there's would have, could have, only should have, I think, in the first part. So what I want you to do is read the first part, and then we have some conversation questions, right? Like, you know, comprehension / conversation questions. Like, you know, what happened to him? What do you think he should have done differently? You know, what do you think he should have, what things he should have taken with him, etc. Right? Like, you know, comprehension / conversation questions. And we'll see. A ver, dependiendo cómo estemos con el tiempo, we might do part two. Part two is a little, you know, well, no, it's the same. It's just a small paragraph, right? In part two, there are more modal verbs, though. So, you know, it's also, it will be a good idea to read it too, right? But we'll see. At least let's begin with the part one, okay? Is it clear?
Yes, I got it.
Yes, teacher.
So what we're gonna do is we're going to read together in groups, okay? Like I'm gonna give you around 5-10 minutes for you to read and discuss the questions. And the objective is that you can see how the models, the past models or the perfect models are being used in context, okay? Is it clear?
Okay. Yeah.
Perfect. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm gonna send this to the WhatsApp group, all right, so that you can see it and you can read it. And I'm also going to create some small groups, right? So that you guys can start working together. Do you have any questions about this first activity?
No.
No, it's clear.
It's clear.
Okay.
Perfect. So let me make groups. I'll be jumping from group to group, just making sure, you know, everyone's practicing. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask. I'll be more than happy to help. So let me create the groups. Let's do it, guys, in 3, 2, 1, and go. Hello, guys. Hey, Diego.
Hi, teacher. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Your classmates are already working in teams. I'm gonna send you so you can work with them, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Perfect.
Rodrigo, can you share your screen?
Yeah, yeah, I can.
Okay.
I am the phone. I don't know if you care, if you can share it.
Oh. Let me try on my cell phone.
I can't. Ay, excuse me.
Can you see?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lost for one.
But I
Maybe.
and the other page. Oh,
Lost in the woods. He left his hiking group to explore on his own. Now he realizes that he shouldn't have separated from the hiking group. He should have listened to the hiking leader. He also should have brought a trail map with him. Most importantly, he shouldn't have left all his food supplies in his wife's back, back, back,
backpack.
backpack. Furthermore, he probably shouldn't have been listening to music while the hiking leader explained wilderness survival skills. As it starts to get dark, Jamie realizes that he should have built a shelter. He should have gathered branches for his shelter while there was still daylight. He also shouldn't have forgotten his flashlight at home. If he can just make it back to tomorrow, he won't ever be so foolish again.
Mhm. Which
Art,
what should Jaime have done differently to prevent getting lost?
oh, missing second part.
What should Jaime have done differently to prevent getting lost? Oh, he shouldn't have separated from the hiking group. I think is the answer for this question. What do you think? It's correct or not? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I think it's correct.
Mhm. What should he
I
have?
think he
Mhm.
shouldn't have uh, left his hiking group.
Uh-huh. Left? Oh, separate, separate, or separate. What should he have brought with him? Brought. he should
Brought
You should
a
should have
have
trail
brought
map.
brought
a
a
trail
trail map.
with him. Yep. Number 3, what should he have done before leaving for the hike? He shouldn't have left all his food supply in his wife's backpack.
And he should have gathered branches for a shelter.
Mhm. Okay.
Gather,
Mhm.
gather branches.
Okay. Um, Number 4, what shouldn't he have done? Well, at the beginning, he shouldn't have separated for the group to the group.
He should separate.
He shouldn't have separate.
Separate from the group. Okay.
And
Should have forgotten his flashlight.
yes, he shouldn't have listened music when the
Okay.
leader was
Mhm.
giving the instructions. Mhm. And number 5, what should he have done once he became lost? The shelter, right?
Sorry?
The shelter, or no, or after.
What should he have done once he became lost? Mm, He should have gathered branches for a shelter
Mhm.
while there was still daylight.
Yes. What else?
Fine. He should
Mhm.
he should gather branches.
Actually, I don't know what is the best option. If stay in the same place or try to get out of that. I don't know. What do
Yes,
you think?
in that case, well, what I could do if I were him, I probably look at the stars. At the stars, is dark, or the moon, and try to remind where the place that the moon comes out and goes out.
Okay, question number 3 says, what should he have done before leaving for the hike?
Recording in progress.
Okay, very good, very good. Perfect. All right, did you read the first part of the story? Hello? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Did you notice the perfect models? Well, the past models? Did you identify them?
May, might.
Okay. Well, in the first part, I think there's only should, right?
Yes.
So let's see. We're going to read right now together, right? And we'll try to have the right pronunciation first, and then we're going to discuss what this story actually says. So let's begin. Please mute your microphones, right? And I will be selecting some people, okay? Let's begin with Cristian Marisol.
Okay. Lost. Jamie is lost in the woods. He left his hiking group to explore on his own. Now he realizes that he shouldn't have separated from the hiking group. He should have listened to the hiking leader. He also should have brought a trail map with him.
Okay.
Okay.
Continue, please, Eric. Most importantly.
Most importantly, he shouldn't have left all his food supplies in his wife's backpack. Furthermore, he probably shouldn't have been listening to music while the hiking leader explained wilderness survival skills. All it starts to get dark, Jamie realizes that he should have built a shelter.
Okay, thank you. Fatima, continue. He should have.
He should have built a shelter. I'm sorry, he should have gathered branches for his shelter while there was still daylight. He also shouldn't have forgotten his flashlight at home. If he can just make it back to camp tomorrow, he won't ever be so foolish again.
Okay, there you go. Perfect. That's the first part of the story. Good, but there were a couple of details that I think we can be more careful with. All right. First of all, pronunciation. How do we pronounce this word?
Separate.
Separate.
Separated. Repeat.
Okay. Separated.
Separated.
Separated. Okay.
Separated.
How do you pronounce this one?
Listener.
Listen.
Listened.
Okay.
All right. It's not listened. It's actually listened. All right. Listened.
Listen.
Okay. All right. Also, Eric, when you were reading this part, I really didn't understand what you said. You said something different. You didn't say this. I don't know what you said, but we have to be very careful with that. Okay. And then also, Fatima, you were confusing some words like flashlight, for example. You said something different as well. We have to be a little more careful with what we're reading. Okay. Overall, the reading was pretty good, but there were those details that we need to fix. Okay. Let's do it one more time. I'm going to ask more people. So let's start one more time, reading. Let's try to correct these mistakes. And let's begin with Ignacio. All right, you can start this story.
Okay. Jamie is lost in the woods. He left his hiking group to explore on his own. Now he realizes that he shouldn't have separated from the hiking group. He should have listened to the hiking leader. He also should have brought a trail map with him. Most importantly, he shouldn't have left all his food supplies in his wife's backpack.
Okay, thank you. All right, then his wife's backpack. Petronila, you can continue. Furthermore,
he probably shouldn't have been listening to music while the hiking leader explained wilderness survival skills. As it starts to get dark, Jamie realizes that he should have built a shelter. He should have gathered branches of his shelter while there was still daylight. He also shouldn't have forgotten his flashlight at home. If he can just make it back to camp tomorrow, he won't ever be so foolish again.
all right, very good job, very good job. I liked it. There are still a couple of details that we need to correct. Again, this verb, how do we pronounce it?
Explained.
Explain.
Petronila?
Explain.
Explained.
Explained.
D.
Explained.
Okay. All right. Also, this word, this is not wilderness. This is actually wilderness. Wilderness. All right. And this one?
Gathered.
Gathered.
Gathered. Correct. Gathered. Okay. All right. Good. So, you know what I'm thinking? What I'm thinking is, I think we're going to have today's lesson, and then tomorrow, which is Thursday, we would normally have, you know, a little bit of conversation strategies and reading and stuff. You know, we normally do that on Thursdays. Maybe we're gonna change that. And tomorrow we're gonna have a lesson entirely on ED pronunciation, because that's something that we've been discussing since months ago and we never address it. We're gonna do that tomorrow. So tomorrow we're gonna, you know, just change the plans a little, right? And talk about that, because we're still having issues pronouncing ED, Okay, does that sound okay for you?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Sounds okay.
Let me see. Tell me, guys, what are the phrases that are using past models here?
Oh, well, he should have separated. He shouldn't have separated. From the group.
Separated.
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 Uh-huh.
Separated. Okay.
Okay, so what is the phrase?
Sorry, he should have separated from the hiking group.
Okay, he shouldn't have separated from the hiking group. All right, very good. Another one?
He should
To have listened.
He should have listened to the hiking leader. Another one? He should have brought a trail map.
should have brought a trail map with him.
Uh-huh. Next, we have a negative.
He should have left all his food supplies.
Okay, he shouldn't have left all his food supplies, etc. So there are more, okay? So as you can see, all of these, just like we learned yesterday, these are things that would have been a good idea, but he didn't do it, right? Like it would have been a good idea to, you know, listen to the hiking leader, but you didn't do it, right? So you had a negative result, okay? So that's exactly what we express with the past or perfect models. Is it clear? Any questions?
It's very clear.
It's very clear. Okay, so today we will continue with the second part of this topic, all right? But let's do something before we continue. Before we continue with the class, let me see. One second. Before we continue with the class, let's go ahead and take the screenshot for today's report. So please, everyone, keep your cameras turned on. All right. All right, give me a second. Give me a second. There it is. Perfect. Okay. So here's one. Okay. Okay, there it is. Thank you, guys. I got it. Perfect. So let's move on. And today we're going to start, well, right now we're going to start a lesson B of the unit 8. All right. The title of the unit, before I show it to you, the title of the unit is Emotional Intelligence. Emotional intelligence. What do you understand by that? Emotional intelligence. What do you think that is?
When you have a high level or to react to some situation.
Okay. All right. What else?
Could be when the person have control for her behavior.
Her?
Control on his or her behavior.
All right. All right.
On behavior.
Okay.
Yeah, on behavior. Thank
All
you.
right. If you don't want to say his or her behavior, we use the third person plural, their behavior. Okay. On their behavior. All right.
Thank you.
Very good. So let's see. let's read what emotional intelligence is about. Okay, so emotional intelligence, all right? It says, give me a second, let me make it a little bigger. So emotional intelligence, Gladys, can you help us read what this is about?
Okay. Emotional intelligence is the ability to manage your own in order. I cannot see this part.
You cannot see what?
Okay. Right now I can see. Emotional intelligence is the ability to manage your own and other people's emotions. Emotionally intelligent people can express their feelings clearly and appropriately. And they are generally optimistic and positive. With high self-esteem, take the quiz and find out if you have high EQ. Answer below.
All right. So what is emotional intelligence? It says here is the ability to manage your own and other people's emotions. All right. So that means that people that have emotional intelligence, they can express their feelings clearly and appropriately, and they are generally optimistic and positive with high self-esteem. All right. Besides, also it's people that can manage their emotions, like they do not get overwhelmed by emotion, right? They are people who can actually deal with their own and others' emotions, right? So, what do you say? Are you ready to take a test?
Yes.
Yes. So we're gonna take a little test, a quiz here, all right? So, let me give you some instructions. As you can see, there are some statements, and we have either agree or disagree. We're going to be reading the statements, and I want you personally, each one of you, to write down whether you agree or disagree, okay, with each statement. You have to take notes because at the end we're going to get a result. Yes? Are you ready?
Yes. Yes, I'm ready.
Yes, teacher.
So the first part, it's called self-awareness. Self-awareness. Also, whenever you see new words, please also write them down so that we can discuss later. Self-awareness. All right. The first statement, please, Crisia.
Number 1, I'm decisive. I know what I want.
Decisive.
Decisive. I'm
right.
decisive. I know what I want.
I know what I want. Do you agree or disagree? Take notes. By the way, I'm gonna take it too with you, you know. So I'm gonna write down here my answers. So, okay. Number 2, continue, Crisia.
Okay. Number 2, I'm not impulsive. I think before I act.
Okay. Do you agree or disagree? All right. And number 3?
Jealousy. It's okay.
Jealousy.
Jealousy is not part of my life. I'm not a jealous person.
Okay. Whether you agree or disagree. Okay.
What is jealousy?
Oh, jealousy. A jealous person, when you feel jealousy, is, for example, when you are in a relationship, for example, and it makes you feel uncomfortable when your girlfriend talks to other boys, right? Or when your girlfriend, you know, likes their Facebook post or their Instagram pictures, you feel jealous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
So you answer whether you
Thank you.
agree or disagree. Okay, number 2, or the second part. Oh, give me a second. Okay, guys. All right, give me a moment. Let me see here. I cannot turn on my camera. All right, let's do something. Give me a second. Please. Good, so let me go back to sharing the screen. Okay. Were you taking the quiz on your own?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go back. Let me go back to sharing the screen. Okay, so here we are. All right, so we were right in the second part, right? Yes, is this where we were going? Yeah. Okay, so the second part is called managing emotions. All right, managing emotions. Help us reading Mario Cesar, number 4. We cannot hear you, Mario. No.
Hello?
Okay, yeah, I think we can hear you now. No, we can't. We cannot hear you, but we could hear when you were moving that thingy, so tiene falso, apparently.
Probably. Yeah, probably the microphone.
Yeah, okay, we can hear
Well, number 4. Read it. I don't feel guilty or ashamed about things I've done in the past.
All right, I don't feel guilty or
Agree.
ashamed about things I've done in the past. All right, number 5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Aggressive people don't upset me. I can cope with their aggression.
Okay.
I agree.
All right, and number 6.
I don't get angry and upset if people disagree with me. Okay, I agree.
Very good. All right, the next part, it's called motivation. All right, motivation. So let's see. Altagracia, can you help us reading 7, 8, and 9?
I'm very motivated and I set realistic goals for myself. I have the confidence, determination, and self-discipline to achieve my goals. My main motivation in life is to make others happy.
Okay, very good. So everybody check agree or disagree for each one of them. All right. Empathy, 10, 11, and 12. Please read for us, Cindy.
Okay. 10. I know when my friend feels sad or depressed. I'm very sympathetic when a friend has a problem. I think it's important to be sensitive to how other people are feeling.
Okay, very good. All right, so check, agree, or disagree. And finally, the last part is social skills. Number 13, 14, and 15. Please read for us. Let me see. Okay, Diego, you can read for us. Number 13, 14, and 15.
Okay. If friends want to do things I don't want to do, I try to be flexible. And the 14, I think it's good to express emotions like grief, hate, and anger, or anger, I don't know.
Anger.
But in private. Anger. Anger, but in private. And
private.
private.
In private.
Number 15. Honesty is important to me. I'm honest with people unless it will upset them.
It will upset them.
Upset them.
Perfect. Okay, so there you have it. All right, those are a lot of qualities, a lot of, you know, statements that might define your emotional intelligence. So now what I want you to do is, you know, simply take a quick look at how many agree and how many disagrees you have. All right, because the answer to this quiz is pretty simple. All right. All right. So let me ask you a question. Do you have more agree or more disagree?
More agree.
More agree.
Or agree.
More agree.
Okay. Is it like significantly a lot more agree, or is it like 50-50, more or less?
The
Yeah,
most.
10 to 5.
Significantly.
What?
I have 10 to 5.
10 and 5. Okay.
10 over 5. Yeah.
All right. So,
disagree and 7 agree.
okay. So let me tell you what the quiz says, and this is not, you know, I'm not making it up. This is what the quiz says. All right. So it's not personal. So what
And
it
you,
says,
teacher, and you, teacher.
I got, let me see. Hold on. I got 3 disagrees and the rest are agrees. So let me tell you what the quiz says. It says people with good EQ, you know, EQ refers to the emotional intelligence, right? I would agree with the statements above. That means the more agree answers you gave, the higher your EQ score is. All right. So the more agree means a higher emotional intelligence. All right. If you have more disagree, that means that your emotional intelligence is a little lower. Okay. So that can give you an idea. All right. And those statements, the ones where you put disagree, well, they can also give you an idea on which things you could improve, right, on yourself. All right. So there you have it. What do you think? Do you think this is interesting?
Yes, it's interesting.
Okay, very good. Perfect. So do you think emotional intelligence is important?
Yes, in every area of our life.
Okay. So after checking this quiz, do you think, or which areas did you identify that you probably need to work on? For example, one that really caught my attention, and that, I mean, it's no surprise, I already knew that, right? Is number 8. I have the confidence, determination, and self-discipline to achieve my goals. I could disagree on that one because discipline is something that I am lacking and that I definitely need a lot more of, right? So that was, for me, no surprise. Okay, I definitely need a little bit more of that. What about you? Anyone wants to share one that you think, okay, this is definitely not me, I need to improve that? Anyone would like to share?
Well, in my case, in empathy.
Empathy?
Because I need the people tell me clearly what happened with their, and sometimes I can realize
Okay.
their feelings.
All right, I see. So if they don't express it, you probably don't don't see what or don't realize what they are actually feeling. All right.
Exactly. Mhm.
And the rest, something else?
Teacher, in my case, and then number 9 says, my main motivation in life is to make others happy.
Mhm.
I think I disagree. It doesn't mean that I'm selfish, but we need to be happy ourselves, I think, for to make happy the other people.
Okay, yes. I think you're having some connection issues here, Mara, but we could understand what you said. All right. I absolutely agree with you. I think actually I was just talking to one of my friends just a few weeks ago, and something similar to this topic, came up. And I was telling them, like, people sometimes think it's a little, like, it is incorrect or it's like shocking to people. But I do believe that sometimes it's good to be a little selfish. Like, it's not only good, it's necessary to be a little selfish. Like, you cannot live your life expecting to make others happy all the time, right? Like, as Xiomara said, first, you gotta be happy yourself so that you can, share that happiness with other people, right? Especially when other people, like, for example, just to give you an example, there are many parents that impose some things on their children, like, for example, the career they want to study, they want them to study or something like that, right? And, I think it's not good. Like, at the end of the day, it is your life, right? Like, your life is the one that is in the line, right? That's what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. So you better be selfish in those cases. Obviously, the problem is that sometimes it's not that easy when they are the ones that pay for your studies, right? Of course, you cannot, just ignore what they want. But I think it's a problem on their side. Like, parents should not do that, right? So, yeah, absolutely. I definitely see what you mean, Xiomara. Okay.
Yes. And number 4, I don't know why I disagree with this situation, because I don't know why feeling guilty or ashamed about things that you have done, it will help you. I don't know why. And you, how you feel about that question?
Actually, that I also have disagree with that, because I think it's normal to feel some guilt and to feel a little ashamed sometimes about things you've done. And as you said, I personally think that a little bit of guilt, a little bit of shame might help you avoid situations like those in the future. Like, for example, if you committed a big mistake because of a poor decision that you took, then next time you can avoid that, right? However, what I do think, and that I personally believe myself, is that, okay, I might feel certain guilt or certain shame about something, but I'm not gonna let that define me or the decisions I make. Like, good, I made a mistake, I made a bad choice, but now let's just fix things and move on, right? I'm not gonna waste my time regretting that forever, right? Okay, good. Very interesting. Everything related to emotions and stuff like that, I find very interesting, right? So yeah, pretty cool. I hope you have a very nice idea now on what emotional intelligence means and some of the things that you would like to improve on yourself, right? So now let's move on. Let's go back to the topic, which is what we're here for. And we have a little exercise. We're going to get some vocabulary. So pay attention. Exercise C. Please help us reading Alex, the instructions, please.
Letter B.
No, letter C.
Letter C. Okay. Complete the chart with nouns and adjectives from the article. Then choose 5 words from the chart and make 2 sentences about people you know to tell a partner.
Okay, well, at least we're gonna focus on the first part of the instructions. We have to find words to complete the chart with nouns and adjectives, all right? So we can actually see that here, right? So for example, the noun is aggression and the adjective is aggressive, okay? By the way, before we continue, because I think this is the most important thing, do you know what is a noun and what is an adjective? Or not?
Yeah, yes.
An adjective is characteristic of a person, and a noun is the kind of characteristic, I think, the main kind.
Okay, so basically a noun is the way we call something, like, you know, the name we give to something, all right? That is a noun, okay? Is the name that we give to something, right? And an adjective is, as you said, a description of something, all right? So for example, someone might be aggressive, right? That is a description of a person that is aggressive, an animal that is aggressive, that is a description. And the name that we give to that emotion or to that feeling is called aggression, all right? It's the name. Do you see the difference between nouns and adjectives?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. So now let's try to complete the chart. What do you think that is the noun for the adjective angry?
Anger.
Is it? You can check, by the way, you can check the article, the answers are there. What is the noun for angry?
Anger.
Anger.
Anger, all right.
Anger.
Anger, all right. Anger, angry, okay. What is the noun for confident?
Confidence.
Confidence.
Confidence. There you go. Give me a second. I just need to plug in this thing. Okay. So confidence. Confidence. Depression is the noun and the adjective is?
Depressive.
Depressive.
Depressed.
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 Depressed or depressive? What does it say here? Do you see it?
Depressive.
Impressive.
Depressive.
Oh, it says depressed, actually.
Depressed.
I mean, both are adjectives, actually, depressive and depressed. They mean different things, though, right? But yeah, we're gonna say depressed. Determined is the adjective, and the noun is?
Determination.
Determination.
Determination. There you go, determination. Flexibility is the noun, and the adjective is?
Flexible.
Flexible. Perfect. Guilt is the noun, and the adjective is?
Guilty.
Guilty. Perfect. Happiness is the noun, and the adjective is?
Happy.
Happy. Okay. Honesty is the noun, and the adjective is?
Honest.
Honest. Intelligent is the adjective, and the noun is?
Intelligent.
Intelligence. Jealousy is the noun, is the adjective?
Yellow.
Yellow, please.
What is it?
Jealous.
Yellow.
Jealous.
Yellow.
Jealous.
Yellow.
Okay, jealous. All right. Motivated is the adjective. What is the noun?
Motivation.
Motivation.
Motivation. Right. Very good. Realism is the noun. What is the adjective?
Realistic.
Realistic.
Reality.
What is it?
Realistic.
Reality.
Let's see. Let's check the paragraph. Because some of you have different ideas. It is on point number
Realistic.
7. Number 7. I'm very motivated and I set
Realistic.
Realistic.
realistic goals. Realistic goals. Sadness is the noun. What is the adjective? Self-disciplined is the adjective. What is the noun?
Self-discipline.
What is it?
Self-discipline. Self-discipline.
Discipline. Right. Sensitivity is the noun. What is the adjective?
Sensitive. No, sensitive.
Here,
Number 12.
number 12. Huh?
Sensitive.
Sensitive.
Sensitive. Sensitive. All right. Shame. Adjective.
Ashamed.
Ashamed.
Ashamed. And sympathy.
Headache.
What?
Sympathetic.
Sympathetic. No.
Sympathetic.
Number 11.
Sympathetic. Sympathetic.
Sympathetic. Sympathetic. Sympathetic. All right, there you go. Self-disciplined, I would say self-disciplined, self-disciplined, right? Just para estar en la misma. Self-discipline. All right. There you go. Perfect. So these are basically, words that have a noun and the equivalent as an adjective. All right. Do you find any of these words particularly, complicated or difficult or new?
For me, anger.
Anger.
Yeah, I know the adjective, but the noun, I didn't know.
You didn't know the noun.
Yeah.
Okay, and the rest? Any new one?
Shame. Like
Shame.
shame.
For me,
I don't know about that word.
All right, all right.
Sure.
Yes.
Sympathy is not the same that empathy.
No, it's not the same.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what is the difference between sympathy and empathy?
Empathy is the one when you put on the toes, no, on the feet, when you put on the shoes. I mean, I was looking there. Thank you, Gladys.
And the shoes and the food and the
Yeah, I don't know what you were
socks of
talking
the other
about.
person.
So confused. Okay.
Oh my God. I feel ashamed right now.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Forget it. Yeah.
All right. But tell me, what is your idea?
I mean, I understand in Spanish what is the difference, but I can't explain in English. But I know what is the. That's why the question is the same sympathy and empathy, but you say no, and I got it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, basically, they are. You know. Give me a second. They are similar, all right? They are similar, absolutely, right? But when we look at them from a very technical point of view, they actually are not the same, right? They are a little different, all right? So empathy, as you were saying, right, is when you put yourself in others' shoes, right? Like, you know, when you basically experience what they are also feeling, right? Like understanding, not understanding, but actually sharing what they feel, all right? And sympathy, however, is understanding, like, you know, understanding that this person is feeling this, so I will, you know, I will not, let's say, for example, if someone is really feeling bad, sad about something, like, you know, I have sympathy for them, I understand they're feeling bad, so I'm not gonna push them to do something else, right? But I don't necessarily, you know, share their feelings because they're not very close to me. Okay. Let me put it, for example, in a for example, the environment as in a workplace, for example. All right. Imagine if suddenly you are the manager, right? And one of your employees tells you, look, I have a relative that passed away, I cannot go to work, right? So sympathy means, okay, I understand, I'm not gonna push this person to come to work and everything, right? I feel sympathy, right, for this person. But they're not really close to me, like I don't really share their pain because, you know, don't really have any connection to them. However, if it is, let's say, your best friend, right, that goes with you because a very close relative to them passed away, you can actually share the emotion with this person because they are really close to you. So you are empathetic. You don't only understand what they feel, but you also experience this feeling with them, right? You see the difference there? Yeah. So, you know, that's
It's a kind of more emotion more effort.
Sorry?
Is a kind of empathy is a kind of emotion more stronger than sympathy.
Stronger, it's more intense, probably, yes. You can say, you can put it that way, right? It's a lot deeper, I would say, right? It goes deeper, it goes more, you know, into what? Yeah, it's a little deeper, I would say. That's what empathy is. Okay. Anyways, so good. We learned a lot of vocabulary now, and we are talking about some very interesting topics. Now we're going to move on and we're going to start talking a little bit more about grammar, okay? We will continue talking about the grammar topic that we are studying, which is what is the grammar topic?
Sorry, teacher.
What is the grammar topic that we're studying?
Past model. Past model.
Past model. So we will continue learning more about that, but this time we're going to be exploring more modal verbs, not only should, would, and could. So let's pay attention.
Page 79, Lesson B, Emotional Intelligence. 2. Language. A. Listen. What guesses do Paul and Ella make about why their friends are late?
So where are Alexis and Sam? Do you think they might have forgotten?
They couldn't have forgotten. I talked to Alexis just yesterday. They must have gotten tied up in traffic.
Or they might have had another one of their fights. Maybe Sam is off somewhere sulking, like the last time.
Either way, Alexis would have called us on her cell phone.
Well, she may not have remembered to take it with her. She forgets things when she's stressed out.
That's true. Oh, guess what? My phone's dead. So she could have tried to call and not gotten through.
Oh my gosh, the movie's about to start. We'd better go in.
Okay, very good. So there you have it. All right, these people are waiting for their friends are not arriving. So they start what? Doing what? What do they do?
Guessing why they are late.
Okay, they start guessing, they start making assumptions, okay? It says here, right? What guesses do they make? So, exactly, that's exactly what we are seeing here. This couple is actually waiting for their friends, they're not arriving, so they start speculating about where they might be, why they might be late, and for that, we can actually use some modal verbs in this past form, okay? Which are the sentences that you can see in this conversation where they used past modals?
They might have forgotten.
Yeah, might have forgotten.
Okay.
They must have gotten.
They must have gotten tied up in traffic.
And the other one with me.
They might have another one.
They couldn't have forgotten.
They might have had another one of their fights.
Teacher, they couldn't have forgotten.
They couldn't have forgotten. Yeah, it's like it, you know, this was impossible. It's basically the same thing we learned yesterday, right? A possibility in the past. We're saying that this was not a possibility. All right. Another one.
She may
not have remembered.
Would have called us.
She may not have remembered to take it with her.
May not have remembered.
Okay, there you go. So maybe there are others, but we're gonna stay with this right now because we don't have a lot of time left. But okay, you can see there, they are actually using different modal verbs to express different ideas in the past, okay? Now we're not just talking about should have, would have, could have, like yesterday. We're using more modal verbs and we are making assumptions, okay? Is this clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay. Very good. So let's listen and read the information that, wait, I cannot stop sharing this. There it is. Okay, listen and read the information that we have about today's grammar. So let me just scroll down a little bit. All right, and it says past modals for speculation. All right, let's pay attention. Here we go.
Page 79. 3. Grammar. Past modals for speculation. You can use must, could, may, or might plus have plus past participle to speculate about the past.
They must have gotten tied up in traffic. She could have tried to call.
They may have had a fight. They might have had a fight. She may not have remembered. She might not have remembered.
Use could not plus have plus past participle to say what is not possible.
They couldn't have forgotten.
Okay, So there you go. So it says we can use must, could, may, might, plus the auxiliary have, plus the form of the verb. What form?
Past participle.
Past participle.
Past participle form of the verb to speculate about the past. Okay, we have some examples. They must have gotten tied up in traffic. What does it mean? It means I'm sure they got tied up in traffic. All right, I'm sure. You know that must is a very strong word. So that is like, I'm sure this is what happened. All right. Now, in reality, are you sure? Not really, right? But that is like what you're saying, that is the strongest possibility. Okay. She could have tried to call, right? It's possible. We learned that yesterday. Possibility in the past. They may or might have had a fight. This is maybe, right? It's a lower chance, a lower possibility, right? And we can also use that in the negative form. She may not, she might not have remembered. It's possible that she didn't remember, okay? And as we were discussing just a moment ago, right? Could have, right? Could have forgotten, right? They couldn't have, sorry, negative, couldn't have forgotten. It's not possible that they forgot. All right. For example, imagine this. You are what? You are waiting for your best friend, right? Because you are going to go to the beach together, right? And they told you, yes, I will be there at 9 a.m. And it is already 9:20, 9:25 a.m. What speculations could you make? What assumptions can you make?
He could have fallen asleep.
He could have fallen asleep. Yeah. Another option.
He may have tied up in the traffic.
All right. He may have got it. He may have gotten tied up in traffic. All right. He may have gotten tied up in traffic. Yes. What else?
He may forgotten the time.
He may
Forgotten the time.
He may. What is the next part?
They have forgotten. He may have forgotten the time.
He may have forgotten the time. Okay. Very good. Any other one? All right. Imagine that you ordered food, right? You ordered food 40 minutes ago, right? 40 minutes ago, and they have not arrived, all right? What assumptions can you make?
They could have changed my address.
Repeat.
They could have changed my address.
They could have changed my address, all right? Another one?
They might have lost.
They might have
Lost
lost what?
the people that delivered the food.
No. If you say the verb lose is to lose something, right? But when you are not finding your destination, the action is to get lost.
And
yes.
So they might have gotten lost.
There you go. Perfect. They might have gotten lost. Good job. Okay. So that's how we use perfect models to make assumptions or to make what is the word that they used here? Speculations.
Speculations.
Speculations about something that happened or that might have happened a moment ago. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, so we're going to work on a little exercise, right? Just to make sure this is clear. All right, and we have the instructions here for exercise A. Please read it for us. Let me see. Eric, imagine
Imagine these situations. Complete the 2 possible explanations for each one.
All right. I thought you were going to read the example. Okay. So one of your coworkers hasn't shown up for a meeting. This is the situation, right? So you have to imagine 2 different outcomes or 2 different reasons why that happened, right? Using the verb forget or using the verb get in these cases, you can use, you know, different modal verbs. All right. Is this clear? Yes. So we're going to work on this exercise. I'm going to send it on WhatsApp. Okay, sorry about the noise. There it is. I'm sending it on WhatsApp right now. All right. Also, we have a little discussion at the end, right? Letter B, it says, right, think of 2 other explanations for each situation above. Discuss the possibilities, all right? You can also talk about that, right? And you have 10 minutes to complete these exercises. Are you ready? So let me send you to groups and let's work on that. Hold on. So 3, 2, 1, and go.
I think we'll do it just a moment.
¿Qué pasó con la persona que le tenía que dar estructura? Bueno, esto da para mucho, pero tenemos seminarios para seguir hablando, así que ya no les quito más el tiempo. Para que les presente unos videos, pero sí recordar, siempre vamos a seguir utilizando la gráfica de Nelson en actividades posteriores.
Yeah, okay, I can see it.
Allá por el primer año de vida.
Okay.
¿Sí? No sé si hay preguntas.
Now, well, the number 1 says one of your co-workers hasn't shown up for a meeting. She might have forgotten.
Have forgotten. Or she could have gotten.
Have gotten.
Bueno, no sé, Carlita, si se va a retirar ahorita en el receso, va a poner los videos o para cerrar. Sí, quizás voy a poner los videos ahorita y luego les mando receso.
Number 2 says you have send your friends several text messages. She hasn't replied. She must haven't received my messages. Phone might have died.
Yeah.
Voy a dejar de compartir un momento.
Okay.
Y les voy a activar el sonido para que escuchemos los videos.
Let's see.
A friend promised to return a book he borrowed. he hasn't, his memory very reliable. He could have lost nothing. On the other hand, he might haven't finished it yet.
Every second, the brain
Yes.
between 700 and 1,000 new connections among brain cells every second.
Okay. We are in number 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay. A friend promised to return a book he borrowed. He hasn't. He is normally very reliable, I think. What? Okay, reliable. He could have them seen. It is? Haven't seen you? And she must. I don't know. Have it.
Something
Okay.
Now, number 5, your brother is supposed to drive you to the airport. He's already 20 minutes late. His car must have broken down, or he may haven't remembered.
Your brain makes new connections. You remember.
Irving, are you there?
Remember.
Okay, we finished.
Yeah, I think so. One of your coworkers hasn't shown up for a meeting.
Then she may have forgotten, or she could have gotten tied up in another meeting.
You send your friend several text messages. She hasn't replied.
Then she must not have received my messages. Her phone might have died.
A friend promised to return a book he borrowed. He hasn't. He is normally very reliable.
He could have lost it. On the other hand, he might not have finished it yet.
A friend walked past you in the street and didn't stop to talk. She looked upset.
She could not have seen you. She must have had something on her mind.
Your brother is supposed to drive you to the airport. He is already 20 minutes late.
His car must have broken down, or he may not have remembered.
Okay, think on to other explanation for each situation about discuss the possibility. Yeah. And the first one of your coworkers hasn't shown up for a meeting. She might have.
Maybe one could be she might have overslept.
Oversleep.
Mhm.
Or she might have Hanover. She might have gotten Hanover. You sent your friend several text messages. She hasn't replied. She might not. She might not have charged your cell phone.
Yeah, or she might have lost her cell phone.
A friend promised to return a book he borrowed. He hasn't. He is normally very reliable.
Yeah.
Reliable. Okay, he can. Let me see.
He might have forgotten.
He might forget. He might have forgotten. He may.
In progress.
Okay, welcome back. Did you finish the exercise?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I think.
All right, let me share the screen here. All right, so let's try reading, all right. Give me a moment. All right, so let's try reading really quick the exercises. All right, let's go ahead and read. Okay, so number 1, do we have any volunteers?
Me?
Teacher.
Wait, who's it?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, me, Gladys.
Okay, Gladys, number 1.
Okay, one of your coworkers hasn't shown up for a meeting. She may have forgotten, or she could have gotten tied up in another meeting.
All right, let's see. She may have forgotten, or she could have gotten tied up. Perfect. Number 2, volunteers. Volunteers.
Mi Altagracia.
Okay, Altagracia, go.
You've sent your friend several text messages. Messages. She hadn't replied. She mustn't have received my messages. Her phone might have died.
All right, she must not have received. Is this what you said? I was a little confused there. Is that what you said? She must not have received?
She must not have received
okay.
my messages.
Okay.
Her phone might have died.
Her phone might have died. Perfect. Okay. Number 3.
Teacher,
Okay.
I have a question. You can make a contraction with mustn't, like she said before, mustn't, or it's incorrect?
No, yeah, you can say that. Mustn't.
Okay.
Mustn't.
And with might? Might?
No, not might. Not with might.
Okay.
All right, Christian. Everybody mute
Yes,
your
thank you.
microphones, please. Everybody, mute. Oh my God. Who is that? I don't even find who. Oh, okay. There it is. All right. Okay, number what? Which number is it? Number 3, volunteers.
Me.
Go.
A friend promised to return. A friend promised to return a book he borrowed. He hasn't. He's normally very reliable. He could have lost it. On the other hand, he might have not. You said not. He might have not, or he might not.
I don't know. You tell me. He might not
Okay.
have, or he might have not.
He might have not. It sounds better to me. He might have not finished it yet.
All right. So he could have lost it, and he might have not finished it yet. What is it, guys? Might have not or might not have?
Might not
have finished it yet.
Finished
He might not have finished it yet. If you remember yesterday, I told you, not is going to go together with the modal verb. All right. Always together with the modal verb.
He might not have. Okay.
Correct.
Thank
All
you.
right. Really quick. A friend walked past you in the street and didn't stop to talk. She looked upset. She could
not have seen you.
She what?
She couldn't have
See you. Haven't seen you.
See you or seen you?
Seen you.
Seen you.
And
But
she
she must have had something on her mind.
Haven't seen you.
She must have had something on her mind. Okay. The
I
last
had,
one.
yes.
Your brother is supposed to drive you to the airport. He's already 20 minutes late. His car must
have broken down.
have broken down, or he may
not have remembered.
There
I
you
haven't remembered.
have broken or not have remembered. Okay. Not haven't. Okay. The not goes together with the modal, not with have. Is that clear?
Only with
okay.
May and Mike, we can't
Make contractions.
make contractions, right?
Right. You're right.
Okay.
Okay. Very good. There you go. So everything clear on how to use past modals so far?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right. We will continue. We will
I
continue
believe it.
practicing, of course, right? But by now we can stop here. All right, and we will continue tomorrow. All right, is it clear?
Yes,
Yeah.
teacher, I have a site that I will share it because I have found it's interesting.
Of course, please do it. All right. Thank you
Okay.
guys for joining us today. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a nice rest of your day. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
See you.
See you, everyone.